With its futuristic and controversial exterior styling, high-fashion interior, extensive use of eco-friendly materials, and aluminum composite space frame structure, the BMW iX is a rolling art project. Indeed, this all-electric SUV is the German automaker's vision of the future. But is the tomorrow promised by the iX a brighter, happier place? Or is it a post-apocalyptic hellscape overrun by sentient robots that have enslaved humanity? It's a little bit of both, actually. This is the iX xDrive 50. Think of it as a trendier, battery-powered alternative to the BMW X5. I don't love the looks, like very much at all, but this utility vehicle does have curb appeal. Blocky and futuristic with angular bodywork, sleek flanks, leering headlamps, and of course a gigantic kidney grille that's treated to a self-healing finish that can actually repair minor scratches, the iX is unmistakably BMW, for better or worse. Let me know what you think of the design. This example rolls on optional 22-inch wheels and features upgraded interior trimmings. The aventurine red metallic paint costs an extra $1,950, though unfortunately it doesn't pop like its price tag suggests it should. Of course, what's beneath the surface matters most, and the iX's bones are far less controversial than its bodywork. This vehicle is built around an aluminum space frame that's bolstered by carbon fiber reinforced polymer for greater strength and less weight. Futuristic stuff. All that CFRP, as it's known, forms a carbon cage. This material is used in the body side apertures, rain channels, roof frame, cowl panel, and rear window opening. But kudos to BMW because they actually allow you to see this material, which is really cool. The iX's lithium-ion battery is also an integral part of the structure. With a husky gross capacity of 111.5 kilowatt hours, the vehicle can DC fast charge at up to 195 kilowatts. That's an impressive, if not amazing, performance that BMW says will take you from 10 to 80% in a little more than 40 minutes. Along with carefully massaged aerodynamics, a heat pump-based HVAC system helps improve range. As it sits, this example is EPA rated at 315 miles between charges. Of course, if they were able to get the weight down a little, it would help even more. This SUV weighs about 5,700 pounds. With all-wheel drive, our iX tester is graced with 516 horsepower and 564 pound-feet of torque, enough for a 0 to 60 run in a brisk 4.4 seconds, even when fitted with mammoth 22-inch wheels. Of course, if you want even more, BMW offers the iX M60, which has nearly 100 additional horsepower. When it comes to efficiency, this vehicle is rated to get about 2.56 miles per kilowatt hour, or roughly 86 across the board if you prefer miles per gallon equivalent. In keeping with current trends, this SUV's exterior door handles are electrically operated, and the buttons are found in these little recesses right in there. Now, I've got to say this design is vastly superior to the flipper-style grips found on the i4 M50 I recently tested. On those door handles, my fingers would keep slipping off of them, which is very annoying. I think this is a lot better. Now, there's one other interesting design choice BMW engineers made here. They've gone with frameless windows, something normally found on coupes and convertibles. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with this setup. It's just that the glass is always a little bit floppy, and it kind of sounds like something's broken when you close the door. See what I mean? Or rather, hear what I mean? Anyway, the iX's interior, much like its exterior, pushes design in unexpected ways, and I'm sure some of you will love this cabin, but others probably won't. This interior is rather unlike anything we've seen from BMW. It's artistic and playful rather than industrial and serious. There's no coarsely textured soft plastic, no rows of little black buttons, and very few hard lines. Overall, it looks like something from a French automaker, not BMW. Avant-garde design wasn't the only focus with this interior. Just like the iX's structure, sustainability was a major goal, and plenty was done to make this cabin greener, you know, for a brighter or at least less polluted future. Any leather was tanned with an olive leaf extract. The available microfiber fabric is made from 50% recycled polyester. Down low, the mats and other floor coverings are made of yarn produced from recycled nylon that is, in part, recovered from old fishing nets. Inside and out, designers reduced the amount of chrome used in this all-electric SUV by 90%. And the available open-pore wood trim used on the center console is sustainably harvested. Overall, each iX xDrive 50 contains some 130 pounds of recycled plastic. Oh, and the cloth used in iX's fitted with the stone gray interior incorporates natural wool fibers. Wrong animal, sorry. Despite the extensive use of eco-friendly materials, nothing seems cheap. These optional crystalline controls feel like something from a jewelry store, and the microfiber is both beautiful to the touch and abundantly used throughout the cabin. Though I do have one concern about this stuff. It's probably going to turn dingy pretty quickly. If you've got your elbow up here while you're driving all summer, it's not going to look like that for very long. Comfort is another feather in the iX's cap. No matter where you sit, the seats are nice and cushy. Plus, there's practically Ford Transit amounts of headroom in this thing. I mean, NBA player Bol Bol of the Orlando Magic could just about sit bolt upright in here and still have room to put on a chef's hat. Yes, I know how to Google sports ball teams. Anyway, behind me the floor is basically flat and passengers, like Bol Bol, should have plenty of leg room. What? He's pretty much my favorite National Basketball Association player this year. For enhanced versatility, the rear backrest is split into 3 sections, and with this piece up, there's nearly 36 cubic feet worth of room. When everything is lowered, which you can do at the push of a button from the cargo area, you get just shy of 78 cubic feet of luggage space. An underfloor cubby helps keep your valuables safe. Unfortunately, there's no front trunk. In fact, BMW won't even let you open the hood. To add washer fluid, you push on the BMW roundel to access the filler. Crowning the dashboard is a curved housing that is home to a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, as well as a 14.9-inch central touchscreen. Now, both of these displays are crisp and super colorful. The iDrive 8 Infotainment System is plenty responsive, though this is not the most intuitive multimedia array available. Before you hit the road, make sure you take a little time to poke around and see how everything works, because the learning curve is quite steep. And I've got to say, the more I use this system, the less I like it, just because there's so much going on here. Fortunately, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are both supported, and of course you've got a nice wireless charging pad for your phone down here by the cup holders. For the most part, I love what BMW has done in here, but there are 2 things I don't like, and one of them is this oddly shaped hexagonal steering wheel. It feels weird when your hands are at the 9 and 3 position. I don't know why they felt the need to literally reinvent the wheel. And the second thing that could be improved is the placement of the cup holders. This may be the BMW of tomorrow, but people are still going to get thirsty in the future. Beverage receptacles are always an afterthought in German vehicles, and there are excellent arguments to be made why you shouldn't be wrangling a big gulp or a venti mocha frappuccino while driving. It's distracting, but still, these cup holders are a little bit difficult to get at. What is not difficult to access, however, is the iX's performance. Just tickle the accelerator and this vehicle moves. It gets up to speed effortlessly with zero drama. Of the 3 available driving modes, personal, sport, and efficient, I like sport the best because it's still smooth and supple, but the steering is firmer and the ride noticeably more controlled, if only just. Now, Eco dulls the accelerator pedal feel noticeably, and personal should probably just be called comfort because it's soft and smooth, though ironically you can't actually personalize anything, at least that I can see. Sport, however, does let you make some adjustments. In corners, the iX feels huge, borderline ponderous, and the tires are a bit greasy, especially in rainy weather. No matter the setting you choose, the steering is dead, deceased, lifeless. The lights are on, but unfortunately, nobody is home. If you were hoping for an engaging drive, aside from strong straight line acceleration, the iX does not deliver. recuperating energy that would otherwise be wasted and improving efficiency. This EV, of course, is fitted with a one-pedal driving mode, and you access it by clicking the shifter from D over to B. Very easy to do. Now, I love one-pedal driving modes because if you're careful, you never have to touch the brakes. This vehicle will roll itself right to a stop smoothly and seamlessly, which I love. Bringing this review to a close, here's a synopsis of the BMW iX xDrive 50's strengths and weaknesses. I love this automaker's emphasis on eco-friendly materials. Better for the environment, and none of them feel cheap. This vehicle's interior design is fashion-forward but still highly functional. The iX is plenty roomy for passengers as well as cargo. And how can you not love the acceleration this SUV provides? In the negative column, not everyone will love the iX's controversial styling, and I don't particularly care for it, but what are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. iDrive is very responsive, but it has quite the steep learning curve. And finally, other than the smooth ride and explosive power, this SUV's dynamics are, unfortunately, a bit disappointing. The 2023 BMW iX starts at about $85,000, including $995 in destination fees, though this 2022 example checks out for roughly $104,000. A few options packages, plus the fancy paint job, upgraded interior, and a handful of extras result in that inflated price. And there you have it. The iX is an undeniably advanced vehicle, and as a vision of the future, it gives me hope that things will get better going forward. As long as robots don't start thinking for themselves. Can't get enough BMW? Well, watch my full review of the i4 M50 right now. Just click the box on screen to learn what this all-electric sports sedan does well and where it falls on its face. This car is mostly pleasant, though it does have a surprising downside despite being an ultimate driving machine.